Hey my glam girls, welcome back to my channel. It's Chelsea, where we talk about all things glam and all things girly. So in honor of Black History Month, because it is February and it is Black History Month, I wanted to create a video sharing some makeup products with you all from Black owned brands. I'm always here to support my own, and whenever I do find products that I'm either interested in or I have tried and they're great, I always want to share them with you all and let you know that yes, this is coming from a Black owned brand, because our brands are not always talked about. We tend to not even be shared because we're typically smaller than the masses. So whenever I do find very great products that I'm interested in or I've tried and they're great, I definitely want to share them with you. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for clicking on my video. I hope that you will consider clicking the subscribe button and joining the Glam Girls squad. We'd love to have you. And thank you to all of my returning subscribers. You guys know I love you so much and I could not be here without you. So let's get into this video. So I started off with foundation. So Ashunta Sharif, she is the makeup artist for Taraji P. Henson, and she has come out with her own makeup brand. So she sent me these foundation sticks and I was not expecting them at all. I initially ordered her magnetic lashes. So I was like, oh my gosh, Ashunta, I didn't know you launched your brand. I'm actually wearing one pair on my eyes and I'll show you all this later on in the video. But I ordered this from her and she was like, hey, I sent you some extra goodies. So she sent me her foundation sticks. I am really enjoying it. So the shade that you see me applying is in Toasted Almond. I think it's a really great shade match. I'm like, of course, a celebrity makeup artist would nail it with the great shade match. I like this foundation stick because it is very blendable. I felt like when I blended it into my skin, it went on effortlessly, and it's also buildable. So if I wanted more coverage, I could get more coverage with just applying more layers, or I could wear it with like a nice lighter coverage. So I really have been enjoying the foundation stick. The other shade that she sent me is Coffee. And so this shade I have worn before as like a bronzer, and it works just as well. Obviously, it's very blendable, blends really nice into the skin. So I was so happy about that. I feel like this foundation is definitely suitable for all skin types. If you have drier skin, I always recommend going in with your hydrating primer. And then if you have oily skin, definitely going in with like your mattifying primer and of course powdering. But I think this is a really good, not too dewy, not too dry foundation stick that is quite blendable, and it does last pretty good on the skin as well. It's got a really good, you know, full 8-hour workday approved lasting power. So I really have been enjoying this foundation stick. Moving on to concealer, I went in with my tried and true Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Concealer. I have it in the shade M16. I can't say enough good things about this concealer. I mean, it's been in my collection since the day it came out. It is the one concealer in my collection that if I want to wear without setting it, it is not going to crease under the eyes. It's going to give me full glam if I want it. I can also use it, you know, just a small amount just for a little bit of a lighter coverage, but it is so stinking beautiful on the face. This concealer is also really great actually as a foundation. I did a video last year where I compared the concealer all over the face compared to the Pat McGrath foundation all over the face, and the concealer held up and actually looked more flawless at the end of the day. Cannot say enough great things about this concealer. Then I went in with the Danessa Myricks Contour Cream Contour. Y'all, this is my jam. When I say my jam, my jam. I haven't actually shown myself using it on camera, but I have been using this since January, like I want to say mid-January. I cannot stop using it. When I say I can't stop using it, cannot stop using it. So I have the shade Medium 3. It is the most creamiest and blendable cream product that I might have. So as you see me doing and applying it, I just apply a little bit because a little bit does go a long way. But the great thing about this product is if you do add too much, and you'll see me actually doing it in the demonstration, I just go in with whatever I use to apply foundation that day and just tap around the edges of it, or tap actually on it if I feel like I applied too much, and it just blends seamlessly into the skin. So I feel like this is like a no-fail cream product, because even if you do too much, you can still blend it into the skin to where it's not looking so stark and so obvious on the skin. It's such a great formula. Oh, Danessa killed it with this. Most days when I use this product, I don't even apply a powder product over it, a powder like bronzer over it, because I love the look of it. It's not too cool, it's not too warm. It's like that perfect medium contour shade that kind of adds some warmth, but then I can also use it really to chisel out my features like a contour. You've got to try this, especially if you're into cream products. By far one of my favorite this year. I wanted to add me a little glow because y'all know I love me some glow. So I went in with the Danessa Myricks Illuminating Veil in the shade Radiance. This is a mini size, but like you use the tiniest amount of this to get what you need. And even with that, like when I say tiniest amount, that is still too much product. It's still too much product. The mini size I knew would be the better size for me. Her glow products, you can't be scared when you're trying any. First of all, I don't think you can be scared when you're trying any of her products at all, because she comes with the pigmentation. But I really enjoy this shade, and I find that it's best to either use your finger to blend this out on the skin or use a stippling brush, because it really does help the product to move and blend. This is not the most emollient illuminator, but using either your finger or using a stippling brush definitely helps the product to move and blend into the skin. So today I used the Refer 17 brush and I was able to blend it really nicely into the skin. And what I like about this illuminating veil is that it does not move. So you actually don't need to set the product, because once you blend it into the skin and it gets where it needs to go, it stays there. But I think it gave me a really beautiful glow, and I'm here for it. Fenty Cosmetics powder. So this is their Skin Silk powder. I have it in the shade Light Tan, and this was my first time using it today. I really liked it. I liked that I could apply it under my eyes, and I just applied a small amount to set my under eye area, and then I dusted the rest of the powder all over the face. It's a very lightweight powder, so it's not heavy feeling on the face. I did my little blow test to see if the powder is going to float or if it was going to fall, and it did float. But it is a lighter weight type of powder, and I think it really helped to brighten the under eye as well, and also brighten the entire face. Right now I feel like my face looks really like bright. Some high points of this powder, because I thought these were great standouts. The powder includes vitamin C to brighten the appearance of skin. Like I said, I feel very brightened today. And the ultrafine powder glides on easily and will keep your makeup in place all day. It is dermatologist tested, hypoallergenic, vegan, cruelty-free, and non-comedogenic. But I really liked using it today. So I'll definitely keep you all updated on my thoughts, because y'all know my tried and true powders. Pat McGrath, Charlotte Tilbury. Those are my go-to. Those are the ones that I rely on. Those are my tried and trues. So I'll be testing this one out, and I'll definitely share with you my thoughts after some time so I can have like a better, more thorough review of the powder. I wanted to try Mented's bronzer. So I picked up their bronzer in the shade Vacay, and it retails for $22. It comes in 4 shades. And so Vacay is described as a medium bronzer, and I really enjoy it. It definitely is more of like a red-based bronzer, or at least it looks like that on my skin. I think it pulls a little red, but I think this is a beautiful bronzer, and I really like the red undertone for it because it reminds me of like a summer bronzer, especially the way that my skin bronzes when I am out in the sun. And today was my first time using it, and I'm like, okay, I really like this one. I know I'll be reaching for this a lot in the summer, just based on like the color of the bronzer and things like that. This particular bronzer is vegan, it's cruelty-free, and it also has vitamins A and E in it. So I was pleasantly surprised with this one, which I should not be shocked because I love Mented blushes. I have all of them, and the formula of it is just so pigmented, but then it also blends really nicely into the skin, and I could definitely attest to that for the bronzer. So moving on to the eyes, I picked up Mented's Every Night eyeshadow palette, and I saw my friend Tesla Beauty using it, and I was like, this looks so pretty. So upon looking at this eyeshadow palette, I'm like, okay, these are some nice, like, you know, kind of everyday tonight type of eyeshadows. but the formula is nice. I was not expecting this. So I went in first with Philly to use as my transition shade, and the matte shades blended really nicely into my eyes. I didn't have any issues. I did prime my eyes with the ABH primer. Then I went in with Harlem to go into the crease. Once again, the shade blended really nicely into the skin. It didn't skip around, and I liked the depth that it brings to my eyes. Then I went in with Atlanta on the outer corner of the eye because I really wanted to pull more of a burgundy look with this eye look. Once again, I liked the pigmentation of all of these mattes. I've actually used every shade in this palette. Now I'm looking, I'm like, I used every shade in this palette except for this shade right here. I think all of the mattes blended really nicely into my eyes, and I'm actually looking forward to using it again. As much as I thought this was like a, you know, pretty normal, I have these shades type of palette, I actually really enjoyed using this today. Then I went in with Las Vegas because I was like, I want to see how the shimmers are. Definitely brought the pigmentation, but also was really easy to blend. So I would say the shimmers in this palette, they're all the same formula. They're definitely a shimmer formula, not a metallic formula, not a satin formula, like a nice, consistent shimmer formula. Then I went in with Los Angeles. Los Angeles is really pretty, and that's what you see on the inner portion of my eye. Lower lash line, I went in with Atlanta. I also then, like later on, and I don't know if I actually showed this in the video clip or not, so if I didn't, sorry. Later on though, I went in with Brooklyn because I wanted a little bit more definition on the lower lash line. So I just took a little bit of this black and placed it on the outer corner of the lower lash line. I like that this black is also buildable. So when you place it, it comes with pigment, but it's not so pigmented that even if you place like a little dot on your eye, you're like, oh my God, that's just way too much. And now it's blending all over the eye and kind of messing up my look. It's definitely a pigmented black, but it is also a buildable black. So those are the black shades that I like the best because I can control the pigmentation however I want it to be. So I went, like I said, I went in with this to add some definition to the lower lash line, and then I went in with Atlanta to smoke it out and blend it together. So for the inner corner, initially I went in with Miami to apply to my inner corner and the inner portion of the lower lash line, and I loved the shade, but I felt like it didn't brighten my inner corner like I wanted to. So then I went in with Chicago, and that gave me that brightened effect for the inner corner and lower lash line. And that was the eye look, and I am satisfied with it. I love these types of eye looks. To me, that is a palette that is easy to use. It's not intimidating. You're gonna get good quality pigment, good quality blend from the eyeshadows, and I am, like I said, I'm pleasantly surprised. I didn't think it would be a bad product, but I thought like, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. I'm very pleasantly surprised. Very glad that I picked that one up. I didn't show myself applying this. I probably should have. I'm sorry that I didn't. But I went in for lashes, like I said, with Ashunta's lashes. So these are her magnetic lashes. It comes with the eyeliner, and that's going to be used to allow for the eyelashes to stick to your eyes. It also comes with a lash applicator, which is, honestly, this is my favorite product out of the whole set. It is so beautiful. It's like, it fits perfectly in my hand, allows me to place the lashes on, these lashes or any other lashes, but it does come with that. And then you get 2 pairs of eyelashes. So I've worn these lashes before, I can't even remember the video. And then the second pair I'm wearing on my eyes. So you take the eyeliner, and this actually can be used to actually create a wing, whether or not you want to use these lashes. So I was happy with that, with the dual function of the eyeliner. So you apply the eyeliner first along your eyes, and I just apply it right where I want to apply my lashes, and then you let it sit for like maybe 30 seconds. You don't have to wait too long, and then you just take the lashes, which will have like little magnets on them, and then you apply them. And they stay. And so she created these lashes because she said, you know, I love wearing lashes, but applying glue to my lashes every day definitely can take out some lashes. It can take a little more time, you know. And so she was like, I wanted to create some lashes that you can wear every day. They're very easy to apply, but you don't have to worry about damaging your own eyelashes. So I've used these lashes a few times, and I think it is pretty easy to put them on. I will say that. And they stay on, so I don't have to worry about them like coming off or anything like that. So I was like, for my first time using a magnetic lash, because I have not used them prior, I'm pretty impressed with them. They're very, like I said, they're very easy to apply, and I like both styles that she included in the kit. I think one style, like this style to me, is more of like an everyday type of style. The other style is definitely more dramatic. So I like the two types of lashes that she incorporated, one for daytime, one for nighttime. For mascara, I went in with the Pat McGrath Dark Star mascara, one of my favorite mascaras. And for blush, so like I mentioned earlier, I have all 4 of the Mented blushes. I won them in a giveaway, I think in like 2019, yeah. And love these. So on my cheeks today, I'm wearing the shade Buried Away. Very beautiful burgundy type of blush. And like I said before, these blushes are pigmented, but they're also buildable. So like I was talking about with the bronzer, you can apply a little bit, and really you should. Like today when I first started applying on this side, I applied way too much. But the good thing is, if you apply too much, like I had to do today, I took my big blender brush and I just blended it into the skin, and it definitely blended to look a little more natural and not as pigmented. The shades, I'll show you the other shades that she has. Clay Too Much, this is the shade that I actually can use as a bronzer as well, and it kind of reminds me of Vacay a little bit. Yeah, look at, okay, we gotta do swatch test now. So Clay Too Much definitely is pulling more red, pulling more of like a clay shade, versus Vacay is not as red, has more of like a brown red hue to it. But I have used Clay Too Much multiple times in the summer as a bronzer, and it looks beautiful like that on my complexion. So I love the shade. The shade is too deep as a blush for me, and so that's what made me try it as a bronzer, and I was like, oh, I am here for that. Then we have Pinky Promise, definitely a favorite shade of mine because I love pinky blushes. Kind of reminds me of your standard NARS Orgasm color, and it's beautiful on the skin. And then the last one is Peach for the Stars. I also love peachy blushes, but I love peachy blushes more for the summertime. So wearing a combination of Play Too Much as my bronzer and Peach for the Stars in the summer, my skin looks just gorgeous. Like you've been in the sun, just getting all of the radiance. Really, really beautiful. So I highly recommend their blushes. And I'm so excited to know that Mented is now sold in Target, like in Target stores, online at Target, and it's now sold in Ulta. So I'm glad that there's more accessibility for this brand across the market. So after my blush, I did want to go in with a powder highlight. So I went in with the Danessa Myricks Light Work Highlighter Palette. Ooh, she comes to play. So I went in with the shade called Easy Breezy, and you just need a little bit of this shade because the pigmentation, of course, like I said earlier, Danessa, she is not one to go skimp on pigmentation. This is such a beautiful shade in this particular palette, and I've used every shade in this palette. All of these shades, even this white shade right here, are complementary on my skin. Of course, I can't wear it maybe as like, I usually mix it, but it is complementary if I mix it with, you know, another shade. If I want my highlighter to look a little bit more icy, because maybe I'm doing a cool tone look, I can use this shade and mix it with maybe this shade, and I can get more of like that icy highlight without it looking too stark and too icy and ashy on my skin. But all of these shades are beautiful, and the formula is so smooth as well. So I liked that I can apply it to the skin. It blends really nicely into the skin, and I did not apply a lot. I literally tapped my brush in here about 2 times, really tapped it off, and we're glowing because Danessa does not play. She also created a highlighter palette with deeper shades for deeper complexions. So if you are of a deeper complexion than I am, then I would recommend that one. Then for my lips, y'all, I hope, if I can find it, I will link it down below. I hope that you all can still access these, because this was by far one of the best products I picked up at the end of last year. These Stunna Lip Paint Mini Duos from Fenty. She needs to come out with full-size versions of these shades. So these two were released around the holidays. Every time I wear either one of these or both of these together, y'all are always like, your lips. And I'm like, it's Fenty. Fenty's Stunner Lip Paints are by far some of my favorite lip products that I have. And what makes me love them is the actual shades and the pigmentation of the shades. So first I applied this shade Unmatched. Okay, so I'm on Fenty's website. This duo is still in stock and it is $12.50. So it's half off. It was $25. Now it's $12.50. I'm so glad it's still in stock. So you have Unmatched, which is this deep, not true red type of red, but like I want to say like there's some pink added to it. So it's a red and it's a bold red, but it's got like a pink shift to it. And then we have Underrated, which is like a pinky mauve, like more pink, some mauve. And so I applied Unmatched first all over the lips, and then I applied Underrated in the center of my lips. Stunning. The other combination that you all like went head over heels for, it's in the last two videos that I uploaded. I applied Unmatched first, and then I went in with Unlocked, and I can't get over Unlocked. This is my pink shade. If I were to come out with my own products, I would literally come out with this, and I would say, yes, this looks exactly like Fenty's Stunner Lip Paint in Unlocked, because this is my perfect pink. Love it. But yeah, the last video I uploaded, I wore these two, and everybody who commented was like, the lip, honey. I know we're not talking about the lip, but the lip. And I'm like, I know. Fenty killed it. So yes, if you are interested in this little duo, it's still on Fenty's website for $12.50. I mean, I think that is a must buy. It's a must buy. But I love the way that this lip came out together. These Stunner Lip Paints, I mean, like I said, it's one of my favorite products that I own. And then I did want to set my face, and I realized I do not have a setting spray from a Black-owned brand. If you all have a recommendation of a good dewy setting spray, definitely leave it in a comment section below, because I want to pick one up. I just went in with my tried and true Lilah B Aglow Face Mist because I wanted a little bit more of a glow. But I definitely want to get some recommendations from you all. And guys, that is my face. I really enjoy how everything came out. I think all of these products are definitely great products to try. And like I said, even for the products that I tried for the first time today, I am very pleased with how they look on the skin and how they perform together to create this look. So I hope that you guys really enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts on the overall look. Let me know if there are other Black-owned brands that create makeup products that you thoroughly enjoy, because I know there's so much more, but I know that the majority of our brands in terms of beauty are not known. So if you have recommendations of brands that I have never talked about, that I've never tried, that you're like, Chelsea, you gotta try, leave it in the comment section below. I'm all about supporting my own, and especially when the products are just bomb, everybody needs to know about it. So definitely share those recommendations with me. And guys, that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope to see you in my very next video. Bye guys.